Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mint here. Today we're continuing our quest with Dorraj, our sword saint, and his two assistants, our Triumvirate. We are, let's see, we're just doing some kingdom management right now. We've been doing that for quite some time, matter of fact, so let's actually see if there's something we can do to finish that up, or maybe it'll go on further. I think we have a curse to take care of, though, if I recall. For those of you that have never played this game before, know that I am using mods, so you'll see things in my game that you don't have in yours. For example, turn-based combat being a fine example. Also some spells and other abilities in Eldritch Arcana that are unique. Extremely useful. Highly recommend you play with both of those things at least. I'm using Bag of Tricks, and that's just to free myself up with a certain list of spells and such that aren't in the game. Just giving them to me basically free at level 1. If you watch my first video, you'll see me have done that. So, let's get into the game, shall we? Now we have just... Let's see, did we get an advisor? I think we may have gotten an advisor. We're getting ready to do the 14-day jump. Maybe that's what I'm doing here. Can't remember. There's so many things that we did last 4 hours with this game. Oh, wait till we get inside. We'll find out. Alright, so the counselor wants to speak with me, so there's that. We claimed the region. And if you scroll down, you'll see that we have the Camelins and are ready to populate it, which of course we should do. Now where are we going to put it? Now remember, eventually we'll get to the point where we can teleport between city to city, or town to town, whatever you want to call it, village to village. So we do want to kind of keep things a little farther away so that we can literally teleport to a decent spot and then just, and then we're there kind of thing. So we don't have to be on the road, so to speak. Now I don't mind being farther down to the bottom, because there's not a whole lot that we're going to build over here in Silverstep down here. I'm guessing Silverstep's probably going to be somewhere over here, or over here is where I'm going to end up building for this one. Somewhere where I can literally boop and be over here in the Tours of Lavinies. Sure, I said that wrong. This is done sort of course in Varnhold. We'll get and acquire at some later date. So, here to here seems silly. I like being on the river, as you know, or a river. So that literally I have the ability to get a pier, if at all possible, for free. Well, not free, I have to buy it, but it's a nice economy boost. It's like a +1 to your economy stat. As you can see, we're already doing pretty good for that one right now, and we want to keep it going high. So we could do here on the water. Seems a little weird. We could do down here or here, probably here, quite frankly. It's a decent clip away from that one and this one, so it's a nice little Bermuda Triangle of towns that we have. I say we go here. Shambling Steps sounds great. You have been purchased. You have plenty of BP. Let's actually make a single building in there. Remember, now that we have a town, we definitely want to go there as soon as possible to make the craftsman's choice. We need to talk to them first, find out what they need, then come back here and actually build it. But I definitely want to make those pairs. Remember, a nice +1 to your economy just for having that, and this only can be made on the water, and it doesn't impact your 0 of 10 for a village, and it gets bigger when, of course, when it's a town, and even bigger still when it's a city. But again, it's nice to have the ability to slap that down. So there's that, and thank God that we don't, at least I think we don't have floods in this game. If we had floods, I wouldn't be building on the river quite so much. Let's see here. Clearly we got to go talk to our guy, but let's see if there's anything that needs to be done. Project-wise, we got lots of stuff, of course. We don't have anyone on anything, so everyone's turned in their mission, so we literally are free and clear for ranks ups. But, again, just to show you with the J for journal, I am looking towards... Ooh, looks like the Sweet Teeth are back. Cool, cool. Where's our curse? 60 days, 2 hours. So they're either going to talk to us now, or it's about to be talked to. So that's, again, something that we're going to have to deal with. Of course, we have economy, training, curses, of course, need to be done. And on that, I think I probably want to actually finally make him do a curse. We finally need to get going on this stuff. Probably one that's shorter. So I see a 45-day Jenna Tannerson. The mother that cursed her child. The child ran away. Divine in Arcana. 125 BP. Sounds good. Let's find out what the counselor has to say, shall we? Well, first let's do a quick save. Let's hope we don't need him for another 45 days. What do you have to say to yourself there, counselor? Tristan, there's something important I want to discuss with you. Tristan looks away as if perplexed. It's not easy to admit, but recently the barony has grown so much that I feel it's slipping my grasp. Please ease my burden by finding someone for the position of Curator of Arts and Education, which we have. Tristan catches his breath and smiles brightly. It's a huge weight off my shoulders. I have other news as well, which I'm sure you'll find agreeable. As you know, our neighbor Galt has been in chaos for years. Their ever-changing ruler destroy that which goes against their fickle doctrines, including scientists and creators, but one of them was recently able to escape to your lands. Cool. He's the publisher of a newspaper whose headquarters in Galt were burnt down after false accusations of slander. He wishes to move to the capital where he will enjoy your protection. In exchange, he has offered to found a new printing house. He escaped Galt and with his plans for a printing machine with him and is ready to start his business here. With your permission and help, of course, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Not only to get our own newspaper, but to help an innocent man get back on his feet. What do you say? But we have Lindsay's printing shop. Why do we need another one? Lindsay publishes books, not newspapers. I doubt she'd be interested in this kind of endeavor, and our guest from Galt specializes in it. So again, choice effect, minus 100 BP, plus 5 culture. It would be well to open a printing house in the capital. Wonderful. I shall immediately send a messenger to the poor fellow and inform him of your decision. Tristan's eyes flash with excitement. You have saved another soul from hopelessness and despair. Support the counselor's endeavors. Again, another rank up for Tristan if we want. But, after we deal with everything that's here, here we go. Acerbic ring for Bakken. There you go, a little something from old Bakken. I can make me something specific. Make me some oils and ointments. And you may wonder why I'm doing this one. Because oils and ointments are the ones that you can rub on your weapon and you get like a +2 enchantment for it for like a minute. So I can literally use that on anybody's weapon. So it's a nice way to upgrade someone else's weapon short term. Thank you. And I wonder if that actually works with Jubilos's ability to extend things. We'll have to test that out. But, good news there. And another acerbic ring, by the way, which is this guy here. And again, they should stack. So while we are taking away his protection, he never seems to get hit all that much anyway. And I'd like his bombs to do more damage. That's 1d6 and another 1d6. Now we will check to prove to ourselves that that stacks. How do we do that? Look at the character sheet. See how it does 1, 2, 3, 4 d6 worth of damage. So now he should be up to 5, 6 d6, not counting any gear he may have besides this. Does he have something else that bumps his bombs? Attack rolls with bombs. And that's it. So nope. So 2d6 later. So he should be at a 6d6 for his bombs. 6d4 if we're using the force bombs, by the way. That's a solid upgrade. And because we're giving up his ring, I can either take that back for myself or make sure that someone on my team has it. Again, she has the ability to cast Shield of Faith on herself, but that doesn't mean she doesn't get jumped from time to time or is flat-footed. If she hasn't buffed up, why not have another +2 to her armor? You know what I'm saying? Goes a long way to have that deflection. Deflection is one of those that covers all 3 categories, which is really, really nice. So there's that. Let's talk to this real quick. Get a little notice. Loyalty. Notice we got a rank up. That's again for Tristan. Don't need it right now. We definitely want to get on Divine, which again won't be for 45 days. And Economy, which will probably be the next one to get it up to 3, so we're getting this money back that we're missing out here at the BP. Notice for advisors, though, we have a curator spot. Now, the question is who we want. Curator oversees education in the barony and also supports the fine arts. It could be Lindsay, it could be the storyteller, or Jathal. Obviously, the +4 versus +5. These are your obvious 2. I'm assuming this is based off of charisma, because hers is only a +2 and it's clearly not wisdom stat. But if you had a high charisma for Jathal, by gear and whatnot, this +2 would be higher. Storyteller is my obvious pick here. As a curator, and it kind of makes sense as the storyteller. So, perfect sense to me. Notice again that means we can literally use him for things. So we should check to see if, certainly he doesn't have one of these yet. We just want to prove it to ourselves. For the economy, though, he may be available. Nope. 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 It's unlikely that he's an economic guy, but that doesn't mean anything. We always check it. Training. Maybe. Nope, looks good. Curses. I doubt he's on curses, but we can prove it to ourselves just by checking. It's usually the curses. I think the curses are only Ja'ad, basically the priest, and the Arcana person, who is the Magister, if I'm not mistaken. So again, we don't have a Magister yet. That's okay. Nothing else for him to do. But again, when events pop up, he may become available for that, and that's going to be extremely useful for us. Having said that, let's get somebody on something. So far we have him on 45 days. We're about to do our hurry up and do our, beat the bald hilltop again. So it doesn't hurt us to do training. Something that's a minor 7-day upgrade. We need to buy BP, and as you can see, we're low. Okay. Let's see. We could upgrade Lindsay. We could upgrade Ragongar. I like the idea of him going higher. Strengthen Castle's skill as the general. Not necessary because Reg is our general. If I put Castle on that, this would be the way to upgrade him. Since you're not, unless you lose Ragongar for some reason, there's no need to do these ones. From what I understand, anyway. So we got Jubilost on one thing. He's on another. Nothing in the events. Nothing in regions. So we should be free and clear to bounce. I don't think it's Bald Hilltop time yet. But we do have experience. Create another village to a town. Sweet. Loyal servants. Unlock all 10 posts. Working on it. PIs for prosperity. Our leader is getting used to the barony stats 10 times. Very nice. Artisans of Camelins. As we regard the Camelins, several famous craftsmen have expressed a desire to settle in the region. We may want to establish a settlement there and visit to meet them. So you better believe we're gonna. But that's not gonna happen yet because again we have that bald hilltop thing to deal with. Again, it's not time yet. We have like 2 days. Remember, it's usually 14 days. When the 14-day mark hits, then suddenly the poop hits the fan and everybody's like, oh my God, help me Jeebus. What are we gonna do? So actually, I don't want to do that. I want to go here. Go to the main square. We want to go talk to the Sweet Teeth. They came back, and it's time to talk to them and give them some other tasks to keep them busy. So first, they're going to tell us about the adventure that they had, about where we sent them the last time, and if we have something else for them to do, we give them that, and then poof, off they go again. So we're basically trying to distract those guys. You distract them enough, and everything works out beautifully. If not, I have no idea what happens, but definitely it's going to be something bad. So it's definitely to our benefit to make sure that they're busy, busy, busy. Alright, so we're going to bounce over here. And go over here, sir. Now, I believe that once we have 3 towns, not villages, towns, including this one, I think we can turn it into a city. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Because once we have a city, we'll get even more space. So it's going to be epic. Now, is there anything he's had upgraded as of late? Not really. We spent so much money, I can't get that bag of holding yet. Again, I'm okay with that. Money's not exactly flowing for us right now because we haven't really explored heavily. Part of that is because we're doing the whole city improvement thing. But we will get there. Talk to Elkie. We've weeded the gnarl marches, the faraway ones, the nearby ones, and even in the in-between ones. Outstanding. There's a nice old lady who lives there. She's green all over, but she's not an orc, and she wears such a weird hat. She poured us some mushroom tea and served us frog-eye cakes. But first she asked us to pick some flowers for her, and it turned out they only grow on poisonous shambling mounds. But we couldn't say no to such a kind old lady. There are so many interesting things in the swamps. Here, look at what we found. We got herbs, roots, whimsical berries, mushrooms, hydra eyes, first world fruit, emerald necklace. Awesome, we need to keep that, by the way. Dizzy head, gloomberry mudleaf. Let's see if you can complete my task. We got, let's see. The road through Varnhold to Talon Peak is terribly inconvenient. Try to find a better one past the Shrike Hills. Looking for new roads? We can do that. Maybe if we found such a road, we'll be accepted into the Pathfinder Society. Grabbing their travel bags, the young tieflings run away. Peace out. Nice, nice. Anything left in here? Nope. What was that fruit that they just gave us? First world fruit. Cooking ingredient. 1,000 gold pieces is what that is. This emerald necklace, from what I understand, is a quest item. So make sure to save the emerald necklace. You can find them other places, but you sell it to the guy and then he basically, you try to buy it back. Obviously it's 4 times as much, so why do that to yourself? Let's actually bounce out of here. See, do we need to go talk to anyone in particular? Oh, Lindsay got a level. Let's actually handle that first real quick. Lindsay Love, where you at? Poofda. You are a bard with a bard talent and fascinate. Fascinating. We're going to do that, and Arcana is Earth Jam, and so is Persuasion. Let's get these up so that they're even. We can do, let's see, we got Lingering Performance, Precise Shot, she's doing good. We can do a Combat Trick and get all kinds of choices in here. Arcane Strike is a solid choice for her. Again, a +1 all the way up to a +5 by the end of her build for just extra damage to her weapon without any penalty. That's not bad, and that works on ranged weapons as well as melee, so I'm cool with that. Spell-wise, level 2 stuff. Again, she has, let's see, Delete Poison, Heroism, Hypnotic Pattern. Sense Vitals could be okay. She never really gets to use that though, but it's a possibility, and she could get some sneak attack that way. I like Glitter Dust and Hold Person. Cacophonous Call will negates it, but Nausea for 1 target basically. We could give her Blur, and she could cast it on the team to give us some protection. Cure Moderate Wounds is another viable option. Mirror Image to protect herself. Let's get Hold Person. We never get to paralyze anybody these days. I think that would be fun. Journal wise, again, just wait for them to come back. Let's see what we got. Artisans, yes, but we don't have time for that. It's got to do something that's going to be only 2 days. So let's see. I say we head back. Do we need to talk to what's her face back at the Talkie Talk? What's her name? Shania Twain. Yeah, I think we did, because we did the spear thing, we never came back. I think that's right. So, we'll go talk to her about that, just to let her know. Here we go. And that's about the right time frame, too. Quick save this mess, we don't have to do it again. Spotted peaceful travelers. Hey, what up, peaceful travelers? Never get peaceful people. That's a new one. What the hell kind of peaceful traveler are you? Great Nightmare. Skeletal Salesman. Oh, I gotta talk to this guy. Skeletal Salesman. Skeleton walks slowly towards you. His skull is filled with coins, which glimmer through his empty eye sockets, clinking with every step. He halts beside a cart filled with valuable-looking items. He waves at you in a friendly manner with his bony hand. Hello, hello, allow me to introduce myself. I am a skeletal salesman. Do not look upon my face or its absence. Look at my wares. Choose. Buy. Who are you? Oh, this story is as sad as it is cautionary. The skeleton raises a thin white finger. I was once like you, wandering in search of adventure, fearlessly delving into dark caves, hidden temples, and ancient ruins, taking whatever I pleased. But then I set forth on an adventure which was to crown my career. I discovered the den of a dead dragon. A massive treasure trove lay within. I could purchase all of Absalom with such a hoard, and half of Restov with the change. The owner lay dead upon the heap of gold, bare bones just as I am now, breathless and still. I don't like where this is going. How was I to know that he wasn't truly dead, or rather he was, but not quite, undead, a dragon lich. I couldn't have imagined it in my wildest dreams. He grabbed a hold of me with his bony talon, and I bid my life farewell. But then looking upon the pile of bones and equipment left behind by the dragon's former guests, and my panicked mind coughed forth a brilliant idea, and an idea worth 1,000,000 coins. I offered the dragon a deal, and he agreed. Imagine that. You see, dragons are greedy for treasure, but they have no need of swords or armor, so I offered to hold a sale. I would turn the junk he had been storing for ages into newly minted coins. The dragon approved of the idea and gave me the job. He did, however, place a curse upon me, as you can see. Now I am but bare bones. But fear not. To tell you the truth, I'd rather enjoy it. I go wherever I please, talk to interesting people, and no longer need I fear death. Where is your master's den? I've been asked this question many times. Do you so badly desire that your weapons end up in my cart? If so, then just sell them to me. Or do you imagine that you will find your fortune where hundreds before you have found only death? True, true. Optimism runs through the blood of every treasure hunter. Even those of us who have no blood at all. The skeleton laughs and rattles his bones. I even suggested to my master that I sell maps to his den, guaranteed revenue and new inventory, but he had no interest in this. He detests guests. He says they distract him from the contemplation of eternity. I suppose the clinking of the coins I bring him does not. Anyway, I couldn't point you into his den even if I so desired. My master robs all memory of the location of his den as soon as I step foot upon the highway. When it's time to replenish my stock, it is he who finds me. Show me your wares. The skeleton happily clinks the coins in his skull with great pleasure. Here, look, choose, buy. What an awesome encounter. Okay, what does this dude got? Let's go by a piecemeal. What we got? We got metamagic rods, some scrolls. Anything that I'm missing? Possibly. Phantasmal Killer. That could be fun. We'll take that. How about a Wall of Fire, Acidic Spray. Oops. Acidic Spray. Dominant Person could be fun. That would go towards her, I'm sure. Overland Flight. Now this is the one, like I said, the higher upgrade of just fly spell. Overland Flight, just to show it to you here. It's a higher level casting. It's an hour per level, 40 foot increase instead of 30 foot. So instead of being a 60 foot speed, you're at a 40 foot ground speed. This spell is designed for long distance movement and prevents fatigue for the duration of the spell. Obviously, this is for overland map travel type stuff, but again, makes sense, right? Overland Flight. And it also still provides you with that same bonus, the +3 to dodge for melee attacks, immunity to difficult terrain, half your caster level into your mobility skill. Again, a beautiful, beautiful spell. And again, it says Angel because that's the wings it'll give you for just the scroll, but if you scribe it into your book, you get to pick any of the wings from the list, which is still pretty damn baller, I think. We got various wands he has. Ooh, the Sense Vitals wand, no less. Caster level 3, though. 3 rounds of sneak attack. Moo. But for someone like a Magus, excuse me, for someone like a Magus who has a wand wielder, remember, you can cast a spell from a wand and still attack. So I could use that on a Magus build, where I could cast a spell, give myself sneak attack, and then sneak, and get sneak attack for all 3 rounds. That'd be worth it. Metamagic rods. He has all the weird kinds that I have because of my modifier. So Lesser Intensify, the elemental ones. Rhyme, this one's fun. Or cold spells, spells with a cold descriptor. You basically entangle targets that you hit with the spell, which is pretty awesome. Wand of Call, Lightning. Thundering Drums. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Enchanter's Cape. +1 to an enchantment school's spells DC. That's not bad for the price. Belt of Lesser Cold Resistance, Giant Strength, Gloves of Dexterity. For $4 grand, that's not bad. Tight Helmet, I could care less about. No one ever does sonic attacks. Headband of Vast Intelligence, we already have those and got rid of them. Master Hand, this is an interesting one. +5 competence bonus to your use magic device check. So again, you can have that since you have hand slots as well as wrist slots. Those are bracers. Those are different. You could use this on your hands, and if your use magic device was kind of subpar, this helps juice you up a little bit so that you have the ability to use some of those wands and scrolls that you normally wouldn't be able to. I'm not buying any of that, mostly because we ain't got the money. If I were to buy anything, it'd probably be the Gloves of Dexterity, quite frankly. Oh, now we're talking robes. Padded Armor of Fortitude. Light Shield of Lesser Negative Energy Resistance. Oh, that's cool. Solid Hide Armor. Grants DR2/dash. It's not bad. Heavy Shield of Lesser Cold Resistance. Cool. Colossal Shade. Now we're talking. Tower Shield for Valerie. That's a +2 Tower Shield. Ooh. That might be worth. Now again, -2 additional attack bonus. Remember, that's the penalty that you have on the attack bonus for having a Tower Shield. But she has feats that take that away. So she's back to being at full strength now. So she can wield that and get all 6 armor class from it instead of the typical 4 from a tower shield. That's not bad. Breastplate of Lesser Sonic, Scale of Resistance +1, full plate of Lesser Acid, little weird stuff. Infiltrator's armor, bonus to stealth, cool, cool. Robe of Consciousness. Wearer has a +3 bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting spells. Chainmail of Lesser Fire. Not bad stuff. We'll think about the Colossal Shadeless Sea weapons now. All of it are 8,300, so it don't much matter. Corrosive Club, a lot of corrosive stuff. Flaming Light Crossbow. Short Sword, Falchion, Long Spear, Holy Weapons. Those are interesting for those of you that don't know what Holy does. 2d6 of damage against evil. Okay, bypasses those that have this is considered a good weapon, and as such, if they have DR10/good, this is good. This would be what penetrates it. Necrotic, these are fun. Native energy against all living things, straight up fun. Again, there's not many of those weapons in the game. Shock Composite Short Bow. Now that's an interesting one, and I tell you why this one's particularly interesting to me, because Octavia, the half-elf, she has the ability to use short bows and composite short bows as well. She has no real strength, but that's not the point. We can give her gear to do that. But this would be a nice way for her to like beef up her damage output. And again, if you up her strength with a spell or a belt of strength, you could actually have her do a little more damage than the typical 1d6 +1 +1d6 of electric. Pretty neat. Thundering Fauchard. What's thundering? Is that sonic damage like I think it is? Yeah. Undead Bane Great Club. Now this one's interesting in that remember, it's a Bane weapon. So if you're fighting undead, it's considered +2 better than it's a normal enhancement. So instead of +1, it's +3. So again, you'll be swinging for 1d10 +3 plus 2d6 because it does extra damage of force damage to undead. Pretty solid weapon right there, but again, no one's going to use it. Are we going to take that shield? I think we are. I like the idea of having Val up. If she ever comes on the party, she's going to be subpar anyway. I have yet to decide if I'm selling that First World Fruit. Remember, we're keeping the necklace. Rare roots, whimsical berries. I could care less about those. You want any of these things? I know I don't want them either. Bloomberries. And these are the stuff that we tried to pick up from that witch lady before for her. Alright, and yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Alright. That was an interesting little encounter. So there's 2 spells that I can learn for myself. So you better believe I'm going to learn them. Acidic Spray. And, 3. Phantasmal Killer. Hell to the yeah. Alright. Can you pick up anything? You got Dominate Person. May not have much more than that. But you know what? It's a spell that I don't have, so congratulations. That was an interesting encounter. I wonder if we'll see him again. Let's see. That was just a random little thing that the devs threw in there. I don't remember that being from the first part of the game. So it either got added in a patch. Maybe people were complaining they weren't finding enough useful weapons. And again, I must admit it is a little frustrating when you grab a glaive and you never find a good glaive for like the longest time. Maybe you get a +1 version. It's like, what the hell? So giving him an acid glaive where it does 1d6 of acid damage was at least a nice gesture. Alright, we're looking for Shania. Where you at, Shania? Oh, I must have already talked to her. I don't remember doing that. My apologies, guys. We don't have to be here. Okay. Peace out. There's Dragon over there. I don't want to bother him while he's working. He needs to make me armor. Alright, so time-wise, we're about to be told it's time to go fight. Literally by the time I get back there, it'll be time. So we might as well just start traveling now. Here it is right here. Get ready for anything, get to the volatile top. We got plenty of time, don't worry about this. But we do need to be within our zone because there is this. Rotten Beasts. And we have someone to put into it. So awesome. Val would suck at it. Edge, on the other hand, with a big green swatch. He's made for this one. Rotten Beast. The cursed bald hilltop makes its presence felt once more. Mad and forest beasts, horribly worked by magical putrescence, are emerging from the forest and attacking our peasants and travelers. These attacks have already disrupted trade and damaged the harvest. If they are allowed to continue, the consequences will be dire. Gongar's hot-headed and direct. Don't care. He's got an 85% chance to pass it. You're on it. By the way, look at the fact that it ends in 1 day. So you want him to finish it, if I understand this correctly, before you go there. Okay? You need to put someone on it immediately. In 1 day, poof, he's on top of things. And we're going to quick save that mess and continue. And notice, by the way, 31 days in the month of 12. So, just like our December. So, yeah, yes.
Oh, time to get some rest, isn't it?
No, it's not. We're not back home. We are going to rest, by the way, because I don't want to be tired for the Bald Hilltop. We got plenty of time. Here's Reg. Did he make it? 85% chance says he passed it. The cursed Bald Hilltop makes his presence known, blah, 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 blah. The barony managed to persevere and enjoys peace once again. If you don't do this, you get problems with your kingdom. If you don't handle the curse quickly. So if like you're out on the open road and it's going to take you 10 days to get back or some shit, then this is the way to solve the problem until you get back. But if you don't do this and you don't get back in time, you start seeing decreases to your stability and all kinds of other shit. As such, it behooves you to get over there and literally jump on top of things ASAP. And they do this for other things in the game from what I understand as well. But this is a nice bonus to community, military, and economy. Community's looking good. Military's looking pretty decent, getting ready to actually be level 4, I'm thinking. An economy, where you at? Yeah, it's our highest one so far. Very nice. Need to get that up to a 3, though. But that was solid. And again, he's back to being done. So again, we're still fine. Let's get back to the kingdom and rest. Enter. Throne room. We'll do a quick check of our spells.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Shouldn't be anything different than what we've been using. I want to have the delay poison. Do you have the stinking cloud, sir? You have it. You don't have it selected. What about you, madam? She had it too, so we're good to go there. Alright, this is our core team of 4. I'm happy with that core team of 4. Let's do a quick rest. This should be, again, a reasonably simple fight. I don't expect it to be ungodly difficult like the Tenamris Depths. That doesn't mean there'll be a pushover. But we have, by and large, the stuff that we need. You know, the ability to poison guys. By the way, I should have that there. Ability to poison guys. We have summons to straight up screw them over. We have ways to buff ourselves, and then also direct damage. So again, we should be fine taking the team of 4. I do want to leave the emerald necklace behind so I don't accidentally sell it. Alright, now we're taking the team. Good news is we're actually completing this right at the 1st of the month too, so by the time we're done with this and come right back, it'll be the 1st or the 2nd, and we'll be fine. We can start jumping ahead by 14 days, doing that same trick to try to juice things a little bit. We still need to get, of course, to our artisans down in that one place, but I do want to jump a 14-day jump again, and usually the best time to do that is at the beginning of the month, not the end. Oops, where are you going? We need to buff up. Genius. Alright, wings. I'm going to get angel wings for me because I'm pretty like that. And I'm going to give devil wings to you because I hate you guys. Yeah. Just so you can see the differences. Same exact spell. No, nothing different, just the look of it. Pretty sweet, right? Let's see. So I have that, and then I have Blur. Oops. Trigger happy there.
Our time has come.
Should buff us with that. That.
Quiet. I'm
Get you a
thinking.
little juice Juby. You might as well just blow your load where it's going to be. In and out of here before you know it. He's got poison protection. And he's invisible. I don't know what kind of damage we're expecting here. Electric, fire, I don't know. Say fire. Just to have something on us. Right, he'll do more damage with his bombs because he's smarter. And now he's a teeny tiny person.
Battles await.
She's going to buff the front too. Some mage armor. Herself with a shield spell. Let's buff the weapon of... Her? No, she's already at a +3. Maybe her weapon, quite frankly. So that her bow is awesome. I guess we'll pull out the skeletons now. Let's buff the team with some haste. And give displacement to her. Right. Quick save that mess.
Follow if you dare. Their life ends here.
Well, ooh, bear-like tree ant. This will be fun. All right, Jubilos, you're already here in full swing. You might as well throw a bomb on this fool. Can you reach it from where you're at? If not, you can move. Boom. Thud. How much damage did that do to him? For 23... Oh, we got a quick board here, too. I didn't see that. That's not bad. Eliza, why don't you summon some lizards? Move you into position. They're all up in it. That guy has reduced damage. You see that? Did 9 and 4 damage, and it reduced it down to 8, which means that he has... What? That combines that 13, so -5. So DR5 probably on this guy. We can do Stinking Cloud, but then our lizards get affected by it. That's not a horrible thing. I can summon more goblins just to be a jerk. I could web, and that still messes up our guys, but if we place it right, it'll only mess them up a tiny bit. So I like that idea. Proto, your turn, kid. We have both of them on that, so why don't you try your... You're missing all kinds of stuff on your list, aren't you, kid? Let's get you back into where you should be. That goes there. Dust is over. Got that one already. Blur's already... No, it's not. There we go. Ray spells are her bread and butter, so we're going to separate them out. Stinking Cloud. It's kind of crowd control, much like your skeletons, Glitter Dust, and your grease spell. We've already used your weapon buff. Ooh, we have Bone Shatter. Might want to try that one out right now. So we take a look at what that does. It does that. That's what it does. It kills things. It straight up kills things. That's exactly what it does. And it failed its fortitude check. Notice that her DC check is 19. That's not bad at her level. Just so we're clear on this, this is a level, what spell? 4. So the base for the DC is always 10 plus 4, or sorry, 10 plus the level of the spell, in this case 4, so that's 14, plus any modifier she has for her wisdom. So she's either at a +5 or a +4. She's at, intelligence. She's an intelligence caster. So +4. It's at 18. Where's the other +1 coming from? She has spell focus and necromancy. Eventually she'll have greater spell focus and necromancy, pushing that to a 20. So that's going to be sweet. But that was a solid hit. And again, if it would have made its, failed its check like it did and survived it, it would have been exhausted. If it wouldn't, if it would have passed its check and survived, it would have been fatigued at the least. So that's not bad. Pull over here a little bit. Give the Skeletors a chance to come on up and have some fun. Jubilost, you can move here. And we have a pig to take out. Boom, missed it. That's okay. Eliza, your turn. Oh, I could do prayer. Give everybody a little bit of a buff. Nice, minus 2 to its dex. Poison blow goober. Dora, your turn. What do you have for us that could be fun? I think I might want to do the poison here. There's clearly going to be something else that comes out of that. Oh hell, it's already here. Dire Venom Wolf. Thank you. Can you get through this mess?
This will hurt.
Okay. Oh, and another guy. Ooh, look at you. Alright, Proto. You're going to delay your turn past the skeletons to see if they can engage that fool. Apparently not. But we can have some fun with it. Snowball, reduced damage. Okay, Juby. You're doing fine work on that, so why don't you turn your attention to this one. Nice. Eliza. She bone shaking that thing. Very nicely done. Now come up here and mess with this thing.
Strike as one.
Dora, your turn.
You
Might as
should
well be
have
here and wail on that thing. Boogeyman's robe, got him. And that Boogeyman's robe is doing work
Out
too.
of my way.
Cool, cool. Jubilos. Over here, bro. Chuck a bomb. One of these guys dies, and I guarantee you something else is coming out of it. There it is. A Lost Sister and the Smilodon-like Treant, and they immediately end the web spell, which is beautiful. She's puking her guts out already. So, she's probably the first to die. I don't have any... I'm blind. What happened to me? Oh, we got all kinds of blind. Is it coming from her? What the hey? And it's a permanent, man. Okay, this is why blind fight is amazing. We don't have yet, but auto hit moves work beautifully. So just wail on her till she dies, guys. Dora, you're blind as well. Holy smokes, we got screwed here. I'm going to 5-foot step back from this mess and get some guys on these, dude. That is gnarly. I'm assuming that she's kicking off an aura that's doing that, but the point is it's still bad. She didn't get hit by it, or she's immune to the blind effect, maybe. Why don't you hit her with this? Solid. How's she doing? She's almost halfway down. It's okay, they can have fun killing the blind skeletons all they want. Jubilos didn't get hit either, so it's got to be a range thing. So we probably want to keep them at range. Solid hit, Juby. She's almost dead. Liza, why don't you bust out the auto hit move again? Nice. Dora, what do you have that you can do to this guy? I guess we can try our strike on it. As you can see, our guys are already blind as well. It's a straight up 50% chance to miss, doesn't matter how good you swing, so that's why auto hit moves are bread and butter for stuff like this. But these guys aren't blind, so might as well let them do their thing. Here, she's down. Now, it could be that this guy's making the poison too, for all I know, so again, we want to be a little careful here, but Jubilos has a really good bomb for that. Boom, that's what. Alright, Liza. You're down here, kid. And again, I'd just rather you auto hit.
These magics should be used in other ways.
Take damage, you son bitch. Dora. Keep swinging, kid. Now you see the importance of blind fight or blind sense in this game. Proto, you're coming over here, kiddo. Why don't you blast him with your other... Nice, nice. It's okay, I'd rather you mess with those guys. Juby,
A clever ploy.
check it. Oh, yeah. Oh, he made the reflex save this time, huh? How are we doing on damage on him? He's not even close to that yet. Alright. Get lucky. It's a 42 check. Nope. Aura, keep
Don't
working
hold
it.
back! This strike, my masterpiece!
Managed to do some damage at least. Proto. Why don't you hit him with the snowball? Nice. Got a real reach on him, don't he?
Primitives.
Okay, he's got to be getting close. Yeah, he's close. He just ain't there yet. And I don't trust that he's not going to just pounce on us here as that skeleton dies. So, here you go, buddy. Let's have some pets to play with. Dora, might as well keep doing your thing. Now, there is gear, I should point out, in this game that can make you immune to blind. Obviously, it doesn't do you any good once you've been blinded, but for example, you can go to your bag of tricks and type in blindness and see what shows up. Some will be you giving the ability to cast blindness as a spell, so don't look at those. But look at the ones that say make you immune or immunity to, and I do that a lot where I'll type in immune or immunity and search for stuff that's to see what's out there. For example, there's stuff that will make you immune to crits or sneak attack, or maybe like 50% immune, like half and half chance. That's better than none. There's stuff out there that'll make you immune to death effects. They'll make you immune to fear effects. There's stuff out there that'll make you immune to negative levels. That one's awesome. Or ability damage or drain. That's amazing. Again, look for that stuff just to get an idea. Don't. You can do what you want. Your game. But I don't scum those ones to give myself that gift. I know it's in the game. I can look it up on Wiki to find out where in the game I can find it, so when I can expect it. And if I can plan a build around stuff like that, I do so. That's another trick that I'd like to do. We got a good shot at whooping on this guy. Let's hit him with a nice little acid cantrip. What are you doing, Dinkus?
Run them through.
There we go. Those guys all died.
Will they ever learn?
Boom. Now, that's over. Obviously, we want to loot everything. And what did we get from her this time? Because everybody got something. We got a natural necklace +2. That's it. Got some other stuff as well. Certainly don't pay for all the blindness we're going to have to cure. On that... name. It's going to be what? Remove blindness, probably. Here. Remove blindness. Okay. Caster... Remove blindness, cures blindness, whether the effect is normal or magical. I don't know that these are guaranteed. Kind of like it could be like a remove curse deal. We just straight up get screwed. So, who has it? Just the two of us, right? Her and me. Yeah, okay. So let's do a quick save. If she had the ability to do it with her spells, I would have her just straight up do it. But, where is it at again? Is it this one? No, it's restore. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Use it. Alright, are you good? Okay, she's good. Yeah, dispels blindness from Liza. Good. Your turn. And this one here. Use it. Dispels blindness from Dora. Okay. We're back to being good. I don't know if there's any spells out there that would protect you from blindness. I don't think there are. Now, maybe there are in the cleric or the druid side of things, and I've just never, dipped far enough into those two classes to find that. But I don't think so. So let's head back to Doraville. Find out what they tell us. Enter. main square so we can sell off the junk. I don't want to accidentally tote that around me. We got a lot of skins there. It's just kind of garbage. And we have a natural necklace +2. Who we gonna put that on? The monk would be the obvious choice if she doesn't have one already. I'd rather have her be through the roof for our Inquisitor monk. The closer we get her to being our official tank, the happier I'll be. So let's see, she does have its +2. Okay, Juby doesn't have anything, but he has a bark skin that he casts on himself all the time. She's only 1, so let's give her the +2 upgrade. And find somebody that needs a +1 necklace. Like Lily? Nope. 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 There we go. About you, Beckon, you got one. Tristan's got one. Reg don't. But Val, she's tanky and she needs a little armor bump. Oh, this gives me the opportunity to give her that shield. Right. Yep. There we go. 30-27 turns into 32-29. Not bad, not bad. Ooh, that looks pretty badass too. Nice. Okay. That means we can get rid of that piece of junk because I don't need her to have 2. And anything else? Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, charge up this way. By the way, with us upgrading our city or our village to a town, you should probably notice that our buildings are starting to change. So what you got here. So if you start noticing stuff, you're like, why is that there? And that's probably why. Anything else I want to check? I almost want to sell that fruit, man. 1,000 gold pieces for a piece of fruit. I'll be happy to give it to the guy. We are low on funds, but not that low. I want to show you the cloak. Here's a fine example. Oh, maybe that's why she didn't get hit, because she has this cloak on her. She's immune to blindness and dazzling effect. That's the plus stealth. That's on our undead lady. But that would have one of the examples of something that could have protected you from that blindness effect. It's a permanent you never blinded thing. It's not something most people wear everywhere they go. What the hell was that? They training or something? Quick save. It's not something that people wear all the time in the end game because, again, you already have a cloak of resistance +2, +3, +5, +6. So why would you have that when you have, or why would you wear the cloak of shadows when you can have the +6 resistance against every spell, right? So people would probably not wear it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try to trade that out for when, I'll talk to the storyteller, make sure that he's happy. Relics, nope. No, I'm good there. Okay. Anything I want to drop off here? Not really. I guess the food, if we're not taking it with us, is just dead weight. But yeah, I feel pretty good about this. Okay, so first, journal. Wait a report. So we've done what we needed to do for Ancient Curse Part 2. Nothing else we can do but wait, which means obviously go out and explore your kingdom. We have artisans. We clearly need to do that. And we're waiting for the onslaught thing. Let's check our... and wait for the sweet teeth to come back again. Let's check our city real quick. We'll put together a team and head over to the Canelands, to that new town. Maybe we'll take on a mission or two while we're out that way. We got 4 days before he finishes Ragongar's training, and that's not something we need to be in a town or in the area of effect for, so we're good there. No events, no projects that we need to do immediately, but if we wanted to jump something ahead, again, here's your chance to jump 14 days. Matter of fact, I may do this because this would be a good chance. Oh, I'll say to get the economy up, but I forgot he was busy. Well, then this would be a good chance to get community up, because Val is sitting at a +4 and she straight up sucks at her job. So this would be a boost in the right direction. So do we do this and maybe some more training for somebody else? Like, no. Nope. Curses. He's busy. Nothing in regions. There's nothing else that can be done officially except for like this weird stuff. And again, we have time to do it, not the money to do it. We're not pillaging anything. Rebuilding it costs money, and we have a person doing something else. Busy. Do this one. We take 30 days, which means this will be done on the 31st of this month, and I don't know that there's 31 days in this month. See the problem? So I would probably take something like this, either on a month where I know there's 31 days, like the 12th month, which we already know is now 31 days, or I would do this on like the 29th or the 30th day of this month, knowing full well that it'll just stretch into the next month, but by the end of that month, he'll be available again to put on something. We just need to be back in the base by like the 30th, or the 29th. So that would be okay. We're not going to do that though. Bring go. Can you do it? What do you say? You think you want it? You want it? You know you do. Didn't cost us anything. We quick saved it. I say go for it. Look at all the stuff that just happened. Ancient Curse Part 3. This was our waiting back home. So apparently it kicked in our new curse. Community reached rank 2. And as you can see here, she has 2 BP per week now, matching our economy. That's solid. Companion leveled up. Reg has got a little level up. And we got 5 events. Let's do a quick save since nothing bad happened. Let's actually... Can we look at the... No. Character sheets. Yeah, it won't let us do it unless we leave. Let's leave here real quick. I want to level up Reg before I forget. Castle Adori. I beg pardon for the intrusion, Your Grace, but I'm afraid I have bad news. Magic beasts are attacking people across the country. No one knows where they come from, but if the situation continues to develop as it has, it may pose a serious problem. Fortunately, there is a good news as well. The Embeth Travelers have offered their help to fight the monsters. I expect this would be a good opportunity to invite some guests from neighboring countries to join the hunt. Would you mind that? Who are the Embeth Travelers and what would they ask for their help? Embeth Forest is south of your domain. It's a dangerous place swarming with wicked fae and other magical creatures. Embeth Travelers are renowned for their mastery of eliminating such threats. They don't ask much, compensation for traveling, expenses, and the right to keep any trophies they hunt down. Seems reasonable. This seems a fair price to me. Whom will we invite for the hunt? We need to establish connections with our closest neighbors, Pitax and Mivan. I'll invite someone from King Iravetti's inner circle, that's the jackass that sent us Tartuccio, as well as some Aldori sword lords from Mivan. Why not invite Iravetti himself? He would most likely reply with a polite refusal. Once he stepped foot on your lands, he'd find himself at your mercy. Iravetti is a treacherous old fox, and he'd expect nothing but similar treachery from others. Aldori from Mivan. I thought sword lords were from Brevoy. Mivan is mostly controlled by the Aldori exiles. They descend from those who prefer to flee when Korl the Conqueror arrived in Restov with his dragons. I would advise against reminding them of that shameful story. Good information. Interesting though that he's again going towards the sword lords. Remember, he's Aldori's adoptive son. How would you describe the relations between Mivan and Pitax? Typical for the River Kingdoms, they have an armed-to-the-teeth truce with regular skirmishes along the border. They have many mutual issues, but they won't grab for their swords as soon as they see each other, especially not on neutral ground. Good idea, invite the guests. Hunting Lodge has been revealed. Now this is a fun quest. I'll give the necessary orders immediately. End dialogue. Now this one has a time limit on it, so we'll probably need to do this now. Or after we set up everything. Valerie. Keep silent for a few moments, pursing your lips. I don't know where to begin. You see, your subjects who until recently felt only suspicion towards you are gradually changing their minds. What you've been able to do for the barony has apparently made them feel that they can bring you any problem they have, even the most trivial. Valerie sighs. The neighbor of a local shepherd has taken his cow. Apparently the owner let it graze in her backyard, and now the woman refuses to return the animal. According to her, she tolerated the imposition long enough, and now feels the milk belongs to her. The shepherd, of course, is demanding the return of his property. Yeah, he should be taking better care of his cow, man. As I see it, the shepherd is right. The cow belongs to him, and it must be returned to the owner. Although if you want to know my other opinion, Valerie's face has become more stern. This is a matter for the village chief or a village council. or something of the sort, not for the supreme ruler of the lands. This barony may not be vast, but that doesn't mean the peasants should bother you with such trifles. No, we're not doing that. Give the cow to the neighbor, return the cow to the shepherd. That's what she wants. That's what we're going to do. Well, you know what? Maybe this is the time where I really do say I think you can manage this problem on your own. No, we're going to just return the cow to the shepherd. I would do this one, hoping that she does the two things that she wants to do, but we both know that's not going to happen. Return the cow to the shepherd. Valerie nods, of course. Problem solved. Okay, Lindsay and Tristan. Tristan's face glows with happiness. We made it. The second cursed attack was repelled, and the grateful citizens of Barony have a special reward for you, 6,500 bucks. Yeah. Tristan looks at you thoughtfully and sighs. Unfortunately, I must bring you bad news again. The bald hilltop lays silent for the moment, but another attack is certain to come soon. I don't have anything useful to add. The locals are either oblivious to the curse's origins, or they're too scared to talk. I'd be better off reading ancient books on curses. Do we still know nothing about this curse? Well, nothing that can help us contain it. Once every few months, it drives nearby animals, monsters, and other beasts insane, sending them into bloodthirsty rampage. I don't know what action we can take on this. The only way I can help is by roughly predicting when the next attack will begin. Forgive me, Nora. Don't be so hard on yourself, Tristan. Even knowing when to get ready is an important thing to know. I don't know how we'd handle these attacks if they happen without warning. Lindsay's right. You're too hard on yourself, Tristan. Tristan lowers his head. Thank you. Your support means much to me. Looks like we don't have a choice then. We'll wait and prepare for the next attack. Tristan just nods, looking down gloomily. He's a gloomy Gus, isn't he? I think he's been hanging out with Heron. Is this Dragon? Dragoon. Yes. Dragon bows the ways and addresses you ceremonially. Greetings, your grace. By tradition, if a worthy ruler is a patron to a master, the master gives generously in return. I have come to honor this tradition. Please accept this. I worked hard on it. I hope it serves you well. We asked for a crossbow, by the way, and he has returned something called Ankle Breaker. That sounds fun. If my gift pleases you, please respond in kind. I have been robbed. Some thieves crept into my workshop and took all my gold, and onslaught too. I hadn't even had a chance to finish it. The people are saying that robbers, thieves, and murderers have lately been really roaming the area. They gather along the Thorn River near the ford. You're the ruler, so please, I beg you, take action to find it. So this is the end of his quest. So we need to find this armor again, return it to him again, and now he'll continue to work on it. Eventually, we'll get him to give us Onslaught. And for those of you that are wondering what Onslaught is, you can look it up again in the bag of tricks. I can show you that here in a moment. But if I recall, it's plate mail that's magic, and it gives like a ridiculous bonus to strength and speed, I think, too. So it's basically like it turns you into the Juggernaut. Is the best way for me to describe it, which is freaking awesome. Let's see. I need something new. Okay, we got a crossbow. That doesn't mean you can't do more. And he will repeat himself, by the way. So you can have more than one ankle breaker, by the way. Plate armor. Cool shield. One-handed hammer. A one-handed axe. Something in the dwarvish style. Sounds fun. I see you're too expert. No one has ever achieved greater success in smithing than my people. Cool beans. I'll look for your armor, bro. They stole his shit. Assholes.
Hunting together with foreign guests not only helped solve the problem of rapidly multiplying magical animals, it also improved our relationships with our neighbors. But little did we know that this innocent fun would be the start of a real catastrophe. And
this is just not a pretty picture. These are the monsters that are appearing in your villages, by the way. Manticores, hydras, owlbears, and the people are freaking not surprisingly. Alright, now with that, let's take a look at all the stuff we just got. Now we're in the next chapter, by the way. So chapter 1, chapter 2, here's chapter 3. Amusement for the nobles. The hunt will take place on a nameless highland in the Caymlands where several monsters, each of unbelievable size, unrivaled ferocity, and unprecedented rapacity, have set their lairs. The huntsmen and the guests have gathered in a lodge near the hunting grounds, and it's time for us to join them. Now, this might be one where I wouldn't mind taking a full team of 6. It's not to say that our team couldn't handle it. In fact, I'm fairly certain we could. But having a proper healer, like, say, Tristan, is useful. So that brings us up to 5. And at that point, you might just want to just bring another person. I don't know who. We'd have to look at it. But this would definitely be something that we'd probably take a 6th. Still waiting on the Sweet Teeth to come back from this last trip. Ancient Curse is done. Where's our next ancient curse? Here we go. We have 278 days until the next invasion. So we're doing fine there. And now we have Onslaught. He tells us the Thornford, where to look for it. And we still have yet to go visit them. So, let's take a quick gander at all the stuff that just happened. Relations. Success for community. Regent demands your presence. Success visitor met Baron. Nothing here of any importance. We have a rank up. The Regent, again, wants a rank up. So she could go from 2 to 3. And remember, the community, the Regent, is this one here. So when she gets to 3, she'll eventually say, hey, we should probably hire this guy. So this is not the worst idea, but we don't have 14 days to burn. But this is something that we probably want to get on, just so we're clear. Economy. Heating the poor and the weak. Now here's another 14 days that I can put her on. Cost 50 BP. Paying attention to the community and heeding every call of distress, the Regent resolves problems with a +1 bonus. That sounds good to me. And she has 14 days to do it. It'll be done by the 29th. So again, if we need her for something here, we're good to go still. Reg needs to solve this problem by the 2nd month. So again, might as well put him on it now. Jod needs to be in this one by the 2nd month. How much time has he got left on his clock? 28 days. See the problem? We are not going to be able to do this unless we cancel the research he's already done. This is why I hate doing curse research. He literally needs to be back in this month to click this thing. So he's got 15 days and he really has 28. So we'd have to cancel this. And it will refund some BP. So yay us. So we lost like 12 BP wasting his time on it. But it's kind of annoying when you have to do that, as you can imagine. But here you go. Problem. Mystic Circles. 40% chance. 21 days. I can give him a little juice on it. Matter of fact, I think I will, just so we don't have to scum that quite so much. He's solid, though, at a solid 85. Start an event. And again, nothing else that needs to be done. She's working on this. And we do have training that could be done. We have Jubilee still free and clear. But something may arise. So I don't want to put someone on something unless I know they're going to be done quickly. So I could do this. Because it'll be done in 35 days. I'm okay with that. Or in 7 days. 35 BP. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. Let's go to the hunt. Matter of fact, we need to probably rest up too, right? Or, nope, looks like I have all my spells. And we got a level up for a couple people. Let's do Reg first. Remember, Reg is going Dragon Disciple. What does he need? Knowledge Arcana 5. So this is the last step in his journey. Knowledge Arcana 5, he's good. How do I know he's good? Before going any further, you can go back to class, scroll down, highlight it again, and you see everything's green now. See that? So you know you're gold. So, as long as we don't change that, we're good. More athletics is fine with me. Definitely want more perception on someone. We are going to take him. We're keeping all his spells. I don't see why not. We have 2 feats to burn. What are we working on for him? Anything fancy? Not really. His combat casting? Really? Really? He gets this improved spell combat here and greater spell combat. They give him combat casting. Well, alright, whatever, man. Arcane Strike is still a solid choice, just like for Lindsay. It's cheap damage, all bonus, no minus. We haven't given him a spell focus yet, have we? Let's give him spell focus and evocation. And here's my logic on this. Remember, he's going to be a Magus. I keep saying it wrong. Magus, kind of like me. He's an Elder Scion, so he has spontaneous spell casting. But he's a blue dragon background one, so Draconic Bloodline. He does extra damage to all his electric spells by +1 damage per die. Shocking Grasp is at 5d6, remember? He intensifies that, which I think we have for him, or we will soon. And the Intensify turns his 5d6 eventually into 10d6 as long as he has enough levels under his belt. He does that, and then suddenly 10d6 is also getting another 10 points of damage thanks to this. So it could be 10d6 plus 10. See that? So the minimum then is 20, maximum of 70. That's a solid hit from that weapon. And again, it's one that he's going to use all the time. Same with Lightning Bolt, same with Dragon's Breath when it's electric. Same with Chain Lightning. Anything that's the electric powers, he's going to get a lot extra juice, pardon the pun, thrown his way. So we're going to grab that one. I can get Mage Tattoo. I get the other greater spell focus on this one. We don't have a weapon focus for him yet, I don't think. Mage Tattoo, Alertness. What does he got down here? Yeah, nothing fancy. We got additional traits here at 3. That was the first chance we had to give him anything. So he's kind of unpolished stone, so to speak. We could get that intensified now. I don't mind having that now. Notice this though, for spontaneous casters like him, like sorcerers, inquisitors and bards, okay, the ones that have a spell, they pick it and they have access to all the spells. You don't have to pick a spell list for the day. If you use meta magic, it takes a full combat round to activate it. Not one quick action, not one normal action, standard action, whatever you call it. It's a full combat round. So you don't get to move. You get to move like 5 foot, just like your typical 5 foot stagger step, and can cast it, and that's all you got. So that could be an issue for him. But with his spell combat and his spell strike, he still gets to cast the spell. If he's standing still, he gets to cast the spell into his weapon and swing it once. I don't think he gets the multiple swings because it takes the full round to cast it, but we will see. If he still gets the full swing, then this is gold for him, in my opinion. Level 2, we are going for... We got his melee touch attack and protection. We got other protection for free green draconic. I say we go for either more evocation spells, which this one doesn't have a save, so no real bonus to that. It's still a good spell. Or we go for more protection. Effortless armor is a weird one, but he will wear armor. The best we're going to give him, though, is if I do my 10-10 draconic split for him, which I'm tempted to do, means he can only wear medium armor. But that's still a penalty to his athletics, his mobility, and his stealth checks. So effortless armor is not the worst spell for him to have. I think Mirror Image, those probably behooves him to have that sooner than later, though. And he's now upgrading his weapon. It's a +2 weapon, or can make it keen, or frost, or shock, or flaming. And he has Grow Claws upgrade. He's level 5, so where is that? 5th level, these claws are considered magic weapons for the purposes of homecoming DR. Okay? It's a thing. I don't particularly care. 1st level in Draconic now. Now he gets natural armor increases here. Here, this would be where normal people stop 4 levels in. And it's because it gives them a strength plus +2 here and a +2 there. That is honestly a good enough reason to stop there. I do like taking it all the way to 10. The reason I take it all the way to 10 is, oh, did I just mess something up for him? I did. Oh, balls. Nope. I need to go back to an earlier save, guys. Hopefully it's not too far back. Damn it. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. That sucks. Visitor wants to speak with us. Da-di-da-da-da. This guy, again, we know Jihad's got to do it, so we have to cancel his quest. Yes. There is a feat that would behoove you to have if you're going to dip outside into what's called a prestige class, which Draconic or Dragon Disciples are. Okay? So let me show you what I'm talking about. Again, now that we've done that, let's actually quick save again so I don't have to dilly-dig around again. Alright. The prestige class, you can pick, you notice how you picked your favorite base class. I can just fast forward through this stuff because we already know it. Okay. Notice how you had the favorite base class. You can also have a favorite prestige class, and by doing so you get more skill points or hit points at each level. And since we're probably going 10 levels in, that's a big boost to us. Also, you get like a free feat, I want to say, for going Draconic. Like a bonus to perception or some such. Shepherd, thank you. Dragon's gonna talk to me. Give me my ankle breaker. Oh, these guys too, I forgot. Peace out, guys. Dragon Man. What's up, bro? Thank you. Need something specific. Dwarvish style. And again, encourage you to look online to find out what it means for Dwarvish style, because you will say, I want a hand axe.
Hunting together with foreign guests not only helps...
I want a hand axe, and he won't give you a hand axe. He'll give you something else. It'll be like a one-handed weapon. There's like weird stuff. Same with like the Dwarvish weapons. It won't say Dwarvish anything on it. And you're expecting like the Dwarvish war axe or the, I don't know, I forget, the Dwarvish Urgosh or whatever they got in this game. He'll make those, but he'll also make random, like, what the hell is that piece of shit? So, quick here. Make sure that everybody's up where they need to be. Good. Save that. Economy. Heating 4, like I said, I don't mind this one being done because she'll be done by the end of the month. Rank up by her will not be done yet, anyway. And training. 2B, right? Lindsay's training. Okay, so we're looking at a 7, 14, 14, 21. So let's do a hard save. 7, 14, 14, 21. 7, 4, oops, 15, 14, 21 days. Save. Okay. Now, let's do that level up properly this time. Quick save. Who we got? Here we go. Still can get his Draconic Disciple, because again we can get the Magus, the Knowledge Arcana 5. That's all he needed. And like so. It's the feats that I messed up on. And keeping all the spells. The question is it in here? I don't think it is. Check all the way down. Make sure it's not like buried in like a thumbs down category or something, but no. So let's grab his spell focus evocation. Here we're going to grab favored prestige class, and you have to pick it. Dragon Disciple. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now, having it before is important, because if you don't, it glitches, it doesn't work. It's a complete waste otherwise. What did I have here? I had mirror image, right? Yes. Moving on. Now, Dragon Disciple, and you'll know it's working because these things show up. Okay. Skill rank, Dragon Disciple. Now, favorite prestige class. Notice that we get a bonus +2 or +4 if you have 10 ranks in it. So which one are you going to rank up the most? Perception, persuasive, knowledge arcana, world, lore, nature, or lore, religion, mobility. None of those are stuff that he would get through perception, persuasion, maybe. Knowledge arcana, maybe. Which do you think he would be more likely to use? I know I like everyone having a bonus to their perception checks, and you know I'm going to push his perception to at least 10, if not 20. Now that Knowledge Arcana is up to his 5, the only reason we invested really heavily into it was because we knew we needed it to get this unlocked. Now I don't need it so much. I'll happily dip back into perception and make him perceive stuff better. Like so, right? If they had one for athletics, trust I would do that too, but no. So we're already +2, favorite prestige class, Dragon Disciple, perception. That's going to be a nice upgrade for him. Alright, we're doing that. And Scion. For whatever reason, this always seems to show up, but there's nothing else you need to do. You just go next. Boom. Okay. Very nice, sir. Just to show you his armor. He's getting a nice little natural armor bonus for dragon resistances, as well as a natural armor bonus for natural armor increase. One comes from being the Eldritch Scion, Draconic bloodline. The other one's coming from the Dragon Disciple bloodline. Between both of them, if I do a 10-10 split, I think I end with like a +4, +5 or something ridiculous to my natural armor. And those stack. That's not natural armor enhancement like the necklace or the barkskin spell. That's a completely separate category. So he can get a lot of natural armor as a result of this, which makes him uber tough. Extra strength, extra con and extra intelligence the way I'm going to make him. So he'll be another 4 here, another 2 here, and another 2 here by the end of that build. Just from going into Draconic Disciple. That doesn't count the all their +1s that we get every 4 levels at 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So he still has, what, 8, 12, 16, 20. He's still got 4 more points to put into something. That can be Charisma to increase his spells per day, his spell casting number per day, as well as his DC checks. I could just lump them all into strength and make him uber strong. So by the time his build is done, he'll be sitting at a solid 28. That's not the worst idea ever. Just saying. It's up to you how you want to make him, but this is a solid swinging class in my opinion. Might as well keep the charisma decent but low. We'll buff it with gear and just crank his strength through the roof. And we had Juby, I think, leveled up. Yes. So we'll level him up. Actually, you know what? Go back. I want to do a quick save again. Now that he's done, I don't want to mess that one up again. Juby lost. Alright. Alchemist 9. More bomb damage. He's a step away from poison immunity, which is all poisons all the time. That's pretty solid. What are we going to get for him now, feat-wise? Is it time for 2-weapon fighting for him, perhaps? Doesn't have enough dexterity yet, really, to push too much into that, but I think we can put 1 point in there. Or 1 feat, I should say, in there. Yeah, let's get that Knowledge Arcana up. It's a nice little bonus to the Knowledge Arcana Knowledge World for him. Okay. Alright, weapon focus. I can do weapon focus bombs. So he has a +1 to his swing on his bombs. He's yet to get additional traits, so I can do that too. But I don't think we push that back for a bit. Fast bombs is not on his list here. I can get extra bombs. That's another 4 bombs a day. That's a pretty solid choice in my opinion. We'd have no favorite prestige class because he's going to stay straight Alchemist all the way. I can grab, though, many shots since he does use a crossbow or bow. Get an extra shot off is not the worst idea ever. It says bow. I think it works for crossbows too, though. I have to prove that to myself. What else could I do? I could get an extra feat by doing spell vulnerability, making him vulnerable to something. I don't know that I want to do that just yet. Oh, blind fight. Here's the one that, again, that was missing. I don't see 2-weapon fighting, so let's scroll down for it to see what we're missing for that. Dexterity 15. Okay, so the next point has to go into dexterity for him to have 2-weapon fighting. So we have a bomb in each hand and start chuck, 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 chuck bombs. And then that's going to come in handy. So we'll have to grab that 11. That's fine. So we're grabbing here. Weapon focus bombs, just so he has a better chance to hit with them, is not the worst idea ever. But you know what? Let's backpedal that. I'd rather have extra bombs. I mean, if I were to be honest, extra splody splodes is not the worst idea ever. The extra 4 bombs a day. And I have seen people that literally are so enamored with bombs that just grab their favorite 3, like the 3 that I have here, and just get extra bombs, extra bombs, extra bombs. By the time he's done, he has like 30, 40, 50 bombs a day. He's just whipping them out, man. Just bloom, 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 you know. So you can do what you want, but it's still fun. I will grab... We're at level 3 still, so... Heroism. Sure, why not? Alright. Spell book for him real quick. He can use another spell here. Let's grab another shield spell. And he can get another one here. Let's see, we got that one. We got that one. We got this one. Remove blindness could come in handy. Fly for some extra protection for him for melee, but he doesn't melee all that much. Haste, those AoE again. And again, it's not the worst idea ever that he buffs everybody. But I'll give him heroism because it's a nice solid +2 buff for himself for a lot of things. Okay, now with that, though, we need to stop this video and start another one. I'll be right back.